The purpose of this warm-up quiz is to get students working as soon as the tardy bell sounds. It also provides students with practice on previous math topics. This timer will count down for them to begin the quiz in class. The warm-up quiz answers are coming up next after all students have picked up their paper at my desk, where I have photographed each one. The following are the solutions to the previous school day's homework. Students will get 100 points if they show all work for all problems. Students will get extra points for any correct answers they obtain. All student work is photographed before they check their own paper. There are the homework answers. Check these, and you get 1 point for each problem that is right. To have the problem right, you must have both answers. The following are extra credit answers for the assignment that was given as extra credit with the previous homework assignment. This includes the extra credit and the YouTube bonus. They are separate scores though. For the extra credit, it is 2 points per problem, and for the YouTube bonus, it is 5. So you'll show me 2 different scores. The objectives for today are to solve a quadratic equation by using the quadratic formula and determine the number of solutions of a quadratic equation by using the discriminant. The following is an example problem. The discriminant is this. For example, if I had x squared plus 10x plus 16 equals 0, I can figure out if I have no solutions, 1 solution, or 2 solutions before I even do the problem. And the way that I can do that is if I use the discriminant. The discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. That's an awful looking c. So we'll just I can't erase for some strange reason when I'm recording, so we'll just leave that. And if you remember back, when we first started quadratic equations, the general form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So if I'm going to use the discriminant, I need to fill in the discriminant with the value for b to start with. What is b up here in this equation? 10, just 10. So 10 squared minus 4 times a. What is a? It's 1, right. And what is c? 16. So once I fill it in, I simplify. 100 minus 4 times 1 times 16, that's 64. 100 minus 64 is 36. So here's how I tell how many solutions I have. If the answer for the discriminant, which is right here, if that is greater than 0, then I have 2 solutions. If it equals 0, then I have 1 solution. And if it is less than 0, I have no solutions. So in this case, b squared minus 4ac is 36. How many solutions do I have? You would have 2. 36 is a positive number. So there will be 2 solutions to this equation up here. So that when you go through and do the quadratic formula, you'll know ahead of time what you're supposed to have. Watch this. This is x squared plus 12x plus 36. And this is the discriminant. What is b in my equation? So 12 squared minus 4 times, what's a? And c? 36. So simplify this. That's 144 minus 144, which is 0. How many solutions do I have? Just 1 solution. Yeah. We have x squared plus 6x minus 27 equals 0. The quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You pick out the a, b, and c from the equation and plug it in the formula. So anytime you start here with negative b, write this, negative parentheses, because whatever b equals, that's what you have to put in those parentheses. And sometimes you'll have a negative b, which would give you a double negative. But in this case, we just have 6 for b. And inside the square root sign, we'll have 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 27. All of that over 2 times 1. So you have a negative 6 plus or minus. Simplify under the square root sign to get 36. And notice that you have minus, and you have a negative 27. That changes to plus. So 4 times 1 times 27 is going to be 108 over 2. Under the square root sign, 36 plus 108 is 144. Is 144 a perfect square?
Yep.
Yes, so we can write it as negative 6 plus or minus 12 over 2. Square root of 144 is 12. Once you boil down your problem to where you have something plus or minus something over something, you have 2 problems to do. One is negative 6 plus 12 over 2, and the other one is negative 6 minus 12 over 2. On the left-hand side, that is 6 over 2, which is 3. Or, on the right-hand side, you could have negative 18 over 2, which is negative 9. We will work this miniature problem together before I give you a practice problem. And this miniature problem is negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 12 over 2. Anytime you have something as your discriminant which is positive but it's not a perfect square, meaning you can't find an integer square root, you're going to do it this way in your calculator. You're going to do negative 3 plus square root of 12 over 2 and negative 3 plus square root of 12. Whoops, that should be minus. Minus square root of 12 over 2. In your calculator, do the numerator first. Type in negative 3 plus the square root of 12 and hit enter. It will give you an answer. Then and only then do you hit divide by 2. And if you round your answer to the tenths place, it should be 0.2. On the other side, negative 3 minus the square root of 12. Type that in and get an answer. And then divide by 2. Negative 3.2. Round decimal answers to the tenth place. The following is a practice problem. Your practice problem is 3x squared minus 5x plus 4 equals 0. For this problem, you should have a negative 5 to start with, plus or minus the square root of the square of negative 5 minus 4 times 3 times 4. All of this over 2 times 3. When you simplify, you'll get a positive 5 plus or minus 25 minus 48. 4 times 4 is 16 times 3 is 48. On the bottom you have a 6. Notice that under the square root sign you get a negative 23. And that is an indicator that you have no solution. This is a bonus problem for students who have completed their practice problem and still have time to do other work. For your bonus answer, you should have negative 3x minus 6x equals 27 minus 9. That's negative 9x equals 18, which will give you an answer of negative 2. This is a bonus problem for students that are finished with their practice problem and have time to do extra work. For the bonus, 24 divided by 4 is 6. So 2x plus 4 must be equal to 6. If you move your 4 to this side and subtract, you'll get a 2. So x should be 1. The end of class quiz answers are coming up next after all students have collected their paper from the table, where I have photographed each one. The following homework assignment is due on the next school day. Students must show all work to get full credit, which is 100 points. Extra points are given for correct answers. Take a picture or write it down, but you must start on it once you acquire the homework. The following is an extra credit assignment. It is optional. Students wishing to earn extra points can try the assignment. They will get points based on correct answers. Congratulations, you have found the YouTube bonus, which is worth 20 points. Try the problem, show all work, do it on a separate sheet of paper. It will be asked for when we bring up the homework and the other extra credit. Thank you for watching this video from my classroom. Homework assignments can also be obtained at my website, which is www.skinnermoney.com.